Hello everyone, Noctem0 here, and today I want to discuss something. Something that actually got me a little inspired. I drew a few drawings, Superman, Batman, all that stuff, in light of DC Rebirth and stuff, just because I'm a fan of that stuff. And I was using background noise, and Comic Drake, the YouTuber, had this really interesting theory. What if the Joker, his true identity turns out to be the comedians? I mean, yes, we all know, spoilers, if nobody knows by now, that the DC Rebirth has happened. And because of this, there's new revelations showing up. Dr. Manhattan apparently was the one that caused the New 52, not the Flash. Although I still like it better if the Flash did it, but whatever. And that there are three Jokers. The fact that there are three Jokers, to me, has profound impacts on the way the DC universe is unfolded. And the reason why I say this is, like, yes, Comic Drake had something. He had a good theory saying that the comedian is probably the Joker. I mean, he could be one of the three. I don't think so, though. It just doesn't fit. The comedian is was a Marine. His physical prowess is more, kind of more on the side of Batman. He's bulked up. Like a little above Batman's bulked up, of course, but he doesn't use any tricks or anything like that. He's called the comedian because life's a joke. But what he really is good at using are guns and stuff. I mean, honestly, he looked like he could be the DC Universe's version of the Punisher, if anything like that. No, I'm actually leaning towards, and get ready for this shit, I am, if you haven't read the description, I'm almost certain that the Joker is actually Rorschach. Now, before you start blowing up the comments thinking I'm some crazy nut job, let me lay out a few things for you. It's true, Comic Drake did say, like in all comics, no character ever remains dead. But I don't see the comedian coming back. But I do see Rorschach, despite the fact that he got killed by Dr. Man. I personally don't think he killed him now. I mean, ever since they showed Batman finding the comedian's pin, I mean, the last person to have that wasn't the comedian, it was Rorschach. He was using that as a clue to find out about the comedian's death. And the comedian and Rorschach never saw eye to eye, honestly. I mean, none of the characters in Watchmen, most of them didn't like each other, but most of them didn't like the comedian. But I'm not saying that they had, besides Ozymandias, had reason to kill him. But Rorschach wanted to find out who did. And in the way it looks, I feel like Rorschach is the Joker, or vice versa. I mean, for one, they always portray the Joker being the guy with red hair before he, fell in that vat of chemicals or something. And I'm leaning towards it because, I mean, just look at the way the Joker's physicality and Rorschach's. I mean, I've been looking at pictures of them all day, and I realize they have a similar build. They even dress kind of the same. They have similar shoes. The Rorschach wears lined suit pants or whatever, much like the Joker does. If you really look closely at the comics, they even have similar taste in hat wear and jackets. I mean, it's bothering me so much by looking at just how similar, just even the little details are what are drawing me to that. But it's also the fact that Rorschach refused to compromise even in the state of an apocalypse, and it killed him. And he was always mocked by the comedian that justice would eventually come for all of them. That there's no righteousness or whatever. And I think possibly after Rorschach was killed and then brought back, he snapped. His mind just warped. Because he gave up when he knew that Dr. Manhattan would not let him leave alive. But what are the chances that when he came back, was given a second chance at life by Dr. Manhattan, that kind of like what Ra's al Ghul said in the Under the Red Hood storyline, or the movie that is, that when he brought back Jason Todd, he came back damaged. But who knows how long Rorschach's been dead for. That when he finally came back, he came back so broken that all of his ideologies were flipped. And the one person to oppose him, Batman, I mean, Alan Moore has basically stated Rorschach is like Batman, not so much Night Owl. Night Owl has the gadgets and stuff, but the obsession, the needing to solve that is more Batman than anything. And I'm pretty sure that Rorschach, with a little push from the comedian's perspective, that everything's a joke, that he sees a bit of himself within Batman, and that's why he always challenges him, because he feels like Batman's ideologies are stupid, that he challenges him every time they face each other to stop him. And Batman always succeeds, and I'm pretty sure Joker is trying to push Batman over that edge because he was pushed over that edge. And he just wants to prove that he's not the only one that has been pushed that far. I mean, it really, look at how the appearances, their body type, and by seeing how one, like Joker said, it only took one bad day, and he doesn't remember it himself. That's why I'm almost certain that when he died, that when he came back, when Dr. Manhattan, I mean, it makes sense. When he came back, it threw everything into the woodwork for Rorschach, where he doesn't remember everything clearly anymore because he was dead for so long. I mean, who knows how long he was really dead for within the Watchmen timeline up until the point when the DC Universe was created. I mean, okay, the Joker's been around for a long time, comic books' first ever supervillain, but in their timeline, it's hard to say. But it would make a lot of sense why the Joker lost his mind, how he completely and utterly just gone. It actually makes me pity him a lot more now. Because if he turns out to be Rorschach, and I'm almost certain that it is, unless it's the comedian, but it doesn't fit for me that it's the comedian. But if it is Rorschach, it just will make me feel more connected to the character, because I loved Rorschach in Watchmen, and I felt bad for his upbringing, that by the time, hey, Gotham even, if you look at the show Gotham and Jerome, how his upbringing was not all that different from Rorschach's. I mean, those things connect, even if a little bit. I don't know. I feel like they've been planning this revelation for a while, but in just some subtle notes. Either way, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm hoping that it turns out that Rorschach is the Joker, because, like I said, to me, nothing is better than a fallen hero. A hero that we've all come to admire to see him fall. Because Batman could just as easily be the Joker in all sense of purposes. So please, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please share this. I would like to know more. And please comment if anyone agrees or disagrees that Rorschach and the Joker could be the same guy. I mean, I would like to think that he is the pivotal, the one and true Joker, and the other ones are more or less just our disciples, if they go that route. Who knows?